We all know the Claude Code here is able to take any app ideas and is able to generate it no problem. But do we really trust the code that Claude Code writes? Do we have the right automation testing? Do we have the right framework in place? Is it able to have a consistent output? And most importantly, what about security? And maybe the time that it takes for Claude Code here to fix the issue that it wrote, it takes longer compared to just writing the code ourselves. And the solution to this from the community is there are 3 popular frameworks that the community built. One is GSD, which currently has 40,000 stars on GitHub, and I actually made a video on my channel on how to use GSD. And then there's also gstack, which is built by Gary Tang, who is the CEO of Y Combinator. And then there's also the plugin for Superpowers, which is a agentic skill framework that I made a video on my channel as well. And based on this chart, you can see that there are 3 frameworks. And you might be asking, well, are they trying to solve the same thing? Well, the answer is no. And all 3 frameworks here are trying to solve a particular problem in this process. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show exactly what each of those frameworks does, how are they different, and most importantly, how can we be able to use that to improve accuracy for building applications using Claude Code. Now, before we continue, I recently launched our school community where I help you to master AI agents, automations, and so much more. And that's all coming from someone who used to work as a senior AI software engineer at companies like Amazon and Microsoft. And in this community, you're going to get over 100 plus video materials like templates and workflows that I personally built and sold over 100 plus times. On top of that, you're also going to get access to our weekly live calls. And just to give you an idea, this week, we're actually running a Claude Code masterclass where we're going to dive into how to improve Claude Code's accuracy when we're going to use it to building applications. Plus, you're also going to get full community supports where you're going to get a chance to ask questions and get direct answers back. So if you're ready to level up, make sure to jump right in and I'll see you in the community. Now, first we're going to take a look at is Superpowers. Basically, what essentially does here is that having Claude Code here to follow a strict framework or a software development methodology here to complete a task step by step. So instead of having Claude Code here to give it instructions, maybe have it to, code it randomly or maybe like not really consistent every single time, we're going to have basically like a framework. So it's going to first asking some clarification questions, right? Try to clarify the intent. And then it's going to confirm on exactly, is this what you were trying to build, right? It's going to create a spec. Then it's going to create a plan on exactly how we're going to do this, like the entire implementation plan. And furthermore, what's really unique about this framework here is that it's also following the test-driven approach, which essentially what it does here is that it's going to first try to set the rules on exactly how the software here is going to behave, right? It's going to first try to create a test before it's going to try to write the code, try to do the implementation. We're going to guarantee that agent here is going to write code because we already have the automation testing in place. And then after the code is written and the test is passed, then it's going to do some refactoring until we have nothing to refactor anymore, right? Until the code here is more scalable and also the application here behave as what we expected in the tests. And that's basically what Superpowers here in a nutshell. Now, if Superpowers here is really trying to set up the agentic framework on how AI agent here to do things, GSD here is trying to solve the context rod. And basically what context rod means is that if you were to have a conversation with Claude Code, maybe the first 20% is good, right? By the time when you get to like 40, 60, 80%, and then the accuracy here starts to drop dramatically. And it's the same for any other large language models. And what GSD believe in is that if we were to have the context window always stay below 50%, we're going to get the best accuracy from large language model all the time. And you can see here that it's going to break different phases here into different stages. And for each stage here, it's going to trigger different sub-agents here to execute it. And the way how different stages here keep it consistent on which stage we're in, it uses the MD file to save in our local disk to keep track of the process. And basically, for example, if session 1 is complete, it's going to save the state here inside of the MD file in our local machine. And then for the next session after Claude Code is going to spin up, it's going to read through the state that we put in our local disk, and it's going to continue the task from there. And like I said, both of Superpowers here and GSD all uses sub-agents for different stage. Like for example, if phase 1 here, phase 1 right here is all doing research, yes, they're going to spin up different sub-agents to do this. But the main difference here is that yes, Superpowers here has its own framework, but the problem here is that they have a mega orchestrator that doing everything. Like for example, this is phase 1, this is phase 2, this is phase 3, phase 4. They have different sub-agents spinning up for each phases. But the context for the orchestrator here never changed, right? We're using the same orchestrator throughout the entire conversation. But the difference for GSD here, yes, the GSD is using sub-agents to do all different phases, but for each phase here, we are actually switching different orchestrators. So for phase 1, we have orchestrator 1. For phase 2, we have orchestrator 2, right? So after orchestrator 2 is done, it's going to save the states in our local disk. Then it's going to spin up the phase 3 sub-agents here and also the orchestrator to do the task. So fresh starts after every phase. Memory are saved in a disk. And for superpowers here, you can see it's just one conversation, always awake. And here you can see this is another illustration here to put it simply. Like I said, superpowers here, we have brainstorm, plan, execution. We are all done using this one orchestrator. And this orchestrator here is going to spin up different sub-agents here to complete this. But for GSD, we're going to have one orchestrator for phase 1, one orchestrator for phase 2, one orchestrator for phase 3. This way, the orchestrator here is always going to be under 50% for the context window. So you can see that both of them are trying to solve different problem. One is try to set the standards on exactly how AI agent here to do things, right? Brainstorm, plan, execute. And the other one is try to make sure that every agent here is staying under 50% for the context window, even including the orchestrator themselves. And lastly, we also have gstack. And what gstack mission statement here is basically try to break the single agent here into different specialist role, right? So instead of having one general agent do everything, we're going to break it down into different roles. For example, a CEO role, maybe an engineer role, designer role, or maybe also a release engineer role, right? There could be many roles by the time you watch this video. So for example, whenever we come to the stage of planning, well, maybe we can be able to trigger the CEO lens here to review the things, or whenever we try to do the building, it's going to trigger the engineering manager, right? So it's going to go through this process here by different stages. And for each stage here, it's going to trigger a specialist agent. And you might be wondering, well, how is it different compared to the superpower stages, right? Superpowers also has brainstorming, writing plans, all those kind of things. The key difference here is that superpowers is only act as a discipline engineer, which basically means that it's like a tech lead following the software development methodologies, but it doesn't switch to different lenses on like seeing different roles perspective, like QA, actually be able to open the browser here, creating a test plan. Also, it doesn't have the ability here to like plan as a CEO, right? So these are all different specialist agents that gstack here is also operating differently compared to superpowers. And lastly, we're wondering, well, are they just role prompts that we just basically tell Claude, hey, I want you to behave a certain way? Well, the answer is it's actually not, because there's actually 5 layers you can see here of mechanism on how it actually behaves for each roles that we have seen here to making sure that each role here doesn't break characters. And starting the first one here is the role focus. And basically what it does here is that it's going to put on the blenders. So whenever it's going to put on this role, like for example, QA lead is only going to focus on what QA have to focus on, right? For example, the user flow, the bug report, testing checklist, or what's the result look like, right? It's going to look through that, but it doesn't look through any other things. It's not part of their responsibility. For example, the code style, data schema is other specialist agent's job. And this agent here is only focusing on his job responsibility. And then the second layer here is data flow. And basically the way how it works for these agents or these specialist agents here, you can see is that their work is built on top of the previous stage. For example, let's say this is the reviewer agent. Reviewer agent here say, okay, looks good. Please help me to QA this work, helping me to test this. Then the QA lead here is going to take this response, which is how the data is actually flowing. And then we also have quality control, which is a checklist on exactly what everyone can see. For example, for CEO, yes, it has done the review. Engineer manager has done the review as well, right? So we have a checklist on exactly what roles has been processed based on a certain project we're currently doing. And then the fourth layer here is basically boil the lake. What it means here is that trying to finish what you can do perfectly and don't start doing anything that you cannot do perfectly. For example, it's easier to boil a small lake because it's very small, right? You can be able to do this perfectly fine. But if it's like outside of your responsibility, if it's something that you cannot be able to do perfectly, for example, you cannot be able to boil an ocean because it's huge, right? So if you cannot do it, then don't do it, right? So what we want to do here is that we want to do something that you can be able to do 100%. And so you can see here, that's exactly what we're trying to set in the layer 4. And the layer 5 here is really just trying to keep things simple. Like instead of having so many things thrown at you, it's going to take it slow down and try to summarize everything. Like it's going to boil down into these 3 things. Like here's what I found, why it matters, and what to do next. It's going to give you a direct answer, explain to you like a 16 years old, and that's it. And lastly, just to conclude everything for all 3 frameworks, you can see that for superpowers here is helping you to constrain the process, making sure that AI agent here is following the test-driven development framework here, making sure that we set the expectation before we're going to do the execution. GSD here is making sure that we constrain the environment, making sure that every session that we have here is below 50% for the context window so that we ensure AI agent here is able to output with high accuracy, right? And the gstack here is basically constrained with perspective, means that we're going to focusing on different lenses, right? Having different persona, different specialists, reviewing different stages of the development process, rather than just having one generalist agent that does everything. So then you're asking, well, every framework here is trying to solve a particular problem. Is it possible if we can be able to combine them all into a power stack? And the answer here is yes, we can definitely do that. You can see here we can combine the power of gstack, which is really good at, executive team. GSD here is really good at project manager. Superpowers here is really good as being a senior engineer, right? So what we can do here is that for planning, for strategic planning, like let's say we want to have a big idea or vague idea, gstack here has different persona. It's going to help you to, like, for example, these different skills here, like CEO, engineer manager here, is going to help you to craft a overall architecture. Is this project idea valid, right? It's going to help you to refine that project idea a bit more. And then when it comes to taking that project idea or taking that project plan into a execution, like how we can be able to break it down into different tasks or different milestones, is really good at using GSD, because GSD here is really thinking about context protection, making sure the AI agent here is going to be stay under 50% for the context window. And they're going to do this by calculating the projects and breaking that project into different milestones so that each milestone here can be done under 50% for using just one orchestrator agent. And then finally, when it comes to execution, Superpower here is going to be really good because it follows the test-driven developments. So what we can do here is that we can trigger those skills and be able to implement those features by forcing AI here to write the test before it does the coding work. And finally, we can have gstack here to do the QA polishing work, to making sure that it's able to use playwright here to actually be able to click using the UI here to test it. So eventually here you can see that's exactly how each one works. And what we can do here is that we can be able to piece them together into our overall development workflows. For example, gstack is really good at planning, QA. Maybe other frameworks are not really good at that. We can use that for that particular job. If it's like project management, like breaking the entire project into different milestones, then we're going to do it with GSD and making sure that each milestone here is going to take less than 50% of the context when the superpowered agent here is going to do it, right? And then when we trigger the superpower agent, we're going to have that agent here is focusing on just writing code, making sure that we follow the strict testing, having parallel sub-agents here going to run at the same time. And that's exactly how we can do this. We can be able to take the best of all three frameworks to making sure that everything is accurate and stable and also consistent throughout the entire development process. So with that being said, if you do find this video, please make sure to like this video and be sure to check out this playlist right here on all the spectrum development frameworks that I have talked about on this channel. And of course, if you do find this video, please make sure to like this video, consider subscribing more content like this. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.